Alright, so here's today's what I gathered up. Had the whole trailer full. So I met with um, an avocado grower. They specialize in avocados, and we made a plan so that I could plant some avocados. You could do it really with as little as about 4 trees, but I wanted more than that. But basically enough trees where I'll have a plentiful amount of avocados, but also year round. So this is what we came up with. I got these two, which are bacon. I got a Mexicola and the heck is this one? A Zutano. Mainly that's for pollination. The Mexicano, just I wanted to try one. I got these Fuertes, 3 Fuertes, and those help to also pollinate. They all help to pollinate each other. And then I got 3 of these surprise avocados. These are supposed to be pretty cool, big, you know, nice ones. I got one, I think this is a Pinkerton. Yeah, Pinkerton. I got a bunch of lamb Haas, 4 15 gallons, and then I got 3 smaller ones. So 7 lamb Haas. I noticed where lamb Haas is on the growing chart, it's kind of dead. There's not that many other avocados that grow at the time of lamb Haas, so I got a bunch. I got 5 regular Haas. Haas is like the typical you see in the store. And then I got these 2 Reed avocados. So that is 25, and that should get me year-round tons of avocados. Now I still have a lot of work to do to get them ready to plant, but I thought that was a cool little explanation. So I got them grouped together. I'm going to lay it out on a calendar, like a monthly calendar, and I'm going to kind of plant them so that they would get, so you'd either pick from here up to there till the end of the year. So that way I kind of know where to start looking when I'm looking for ripe ones. Just organize them like that. But I also may space them a little bit so I know that while one is flowering, it would be able to pollinate the other one. So I gotta lay that out. I'll share that with you too. That's fun. Here's how we're looking now. Water's still ripping through here. Pretty good. You can't see it. Trust me. Still a lot of water. This place is kind of flooded, but I got the avocados all staged. I got them laid out where I know it hits. So the cold kind of, you can't see it, so cloudy, but there's some pretty high mountains over here. The cold runs down like this. It definitely is going to hit this side. So I put a Mexicola that'll take the hit. I put bacon and another bacon where the air is most likely to hit those. Then I started placing these in a way I thought made sense. So a lamb, which is also, I actually forget, I have a cheat sheet, but I didn't bring it with me. I think a lamb is pollinated by the bacons. And so I laid out all the trees I had, and I figured out which ones would take the cold the best, and which ones would pollinate being close to each other the best. So like Fuerte, I know for sure is gonna pollinate the lamb Haas, and then quite a few of these are some Haas. I got the surprise, another lamb. So I laid them out where when they're type A flowers, the type A flower trees are close to the type B flower trees, but also thinking the weather. So that's where the cold comes from, and then this direction is south, and you can see these get some kind of cover from the hill and from the house, but down here they don't really get as much cover, and typically the heat is going to do one of 2 things. They're going to get beat by the sun a lot more down here, but also a lot of our heat, the cool air typically comes from the west in the summer because the ocean's over there 20 miles away. But east is right here. So from the east, a lot of times we'll get some pretty cold or some pretty hot air in the summer coming in. So what I did was, like, down in this area where they're going to get hit by the sun pretty hard, I put in the lamb. So this is a row of lamb haas, and then I got some reeds right here. The reed are supposed to be, I think, the most heat tolerant, so I got them right here. So you can see that they're going to take the most sun. And then generally the reason I put a lot of the lamb haas down here is because it's possible the heat can kind of come this way, but I mean, they're all going to kind of get it, so I was more concerned about the sun. And then I did kind of the same thing. I just planned out where I would put out the A's and the B's. This one, for example, actually, this is a surprise. So I know that the surprise is going to pollinate the lamb haas. And I know I've got a fuerte right here, and that also pollinates the haas and the lamb haas. So just kind of laid them out where I thought. Then I measured them. I'm spacing them on 15 feet. That's a little tight compared to a lot of articles, but I'm not trying to do this like a commercial grove. I want this to be like a pretty dense, thick forest kind of, especially because they'll protect each other a little bit more. So like my neighbor over here, these avocados are ancient and really nice. Let me jump up here. A little slippery though. So like she's spaced more than me here to here. That's probably like 40 feet. But some of the newer ones she did, those are spaced more like on 20. And you see there's still quite a bit of space, and they've been in the ground for a long time. So I'm gonna do 15s. Will I regret it 20 years from now? Maybe, but I don't really think so, because I'm never gonna try to get these to be super high producers. So I laid them out 15 feet. I offset them a little bit. And then the next big problem is gonna be, as you can see, it is super wet for California. These, I don't even really know what these trees are, but this is just what they do. They grow kind of bushy. I've cut that one back. It just grows kind of bushy, and they really offer nothing. It's just kind of a tree. There's some really nice oaks right here. Those are amazing. These offer me really nothing. I was gonna leave them because it gives me a little bit more insulation from the neighbors, so we can't even see each other. But she's on 30 acres over there, so I don't really see her anyway. But I'm gonna take these out. So I got some help. We're gonna cut them down. We're gonna drag them over, feed it to the chipper, and then I'm gonna bring that mini excavator over and pull the roots out. So I'm not just gonna cut them. I'm gonna remove the root ball so they don't grow back. So that's kind of how today's gonna look. And this Renee works super hard, so I'm pretty sure with Renee doing the cutting and feeding the chipper, I should be able to break away from that and start digging some of these holes. And realistically, I hope to get all 25 of these trees in the ground today. But that's kind of how we're looking. And then also some of these, this is like a sugar sumac. They call it like a scrub oak, but these are fine. I don't want to cut them down, but you see there's quite a few branches just laying over. So I'll probably go through and clean that up. That way this will have adequate amount of room to grow. And this one, this is a one of a kind. I forget what this. Oh, this is the Pinkerton. So like they got a few oddball ones. Just one Pinkerton. This one here is Zutano. And so, actually, sorry, that's wrong. This one's the Zutano. That one is a Fuerte. So a lot of different types, but pretty jamming day ahead of us to get all this stuff done here. Oh, and then you can see, so like in this direction, they're in a line. In this direction, they would be in a line, except I got to get that one further back into that tree. But then, and I wanted that over here. So like if you're in the right angle, they'll line up. And then in this angle, they'll line up. And I didn't pull any strings or anything. I just pasted off and set them where I wanted them. And I made sure that this is the look I want to go for here. And then I originally wasn't going to put any on this side of the creek bed, but I just really don't have the space, actually, surprisingly. So I got a row of them here, and I got these set 15 feet off from the road, you know. So let's say that these trees become 30 by 30, 15 by 15, or yeah, 30 by 30. That would be 15 inches, 15 feet this way. So like these trees will be huge by the time they interfere with the road, and so I don't think that'll realistically happen. And if it does, I'll prune them back so they won't interfere. So I set them exactly where I wanted them, and up here I did something a little different. So these are all on square. Up here where the road's curved more, I actually had it follow the road. I got them 15 feet off the road, following the road. The plan being someday, if I'm driving through here, there should be an equal distance between the road and the trees, just so I think it'll be more visually appealing. So that's where I'm at. Getting busy now. Digging in cleanup. So this thing digs sweet. I'm a little spoiled. I basically am digging so the pot's gonna sit a little above ground level, but I'm also gonna level the ground around here. So that's sloping down, so when I pull the dirt, I put it on the low side, and then I'm gonna skim a little more off this top to backfill the hole when I pull the pot off. It's all doable with a shovel. It's just the mini excavator saves time. So see, similar on that one, although that one actually from this angle looks a little too deep, so I can pull it back out, get it where I want it, and then when I know I'm good, then I'll pull the pot off. I'll probably cut the pot off. But we're cleaning up all the brush and chipping. I cut that one, trimmed a lot of these, making it happen. Alright, so we've been hammering all day. But I got a lot of these ready to plant, the 15s. This was one of the little 5s right here. These need to be staked. They have a little bamboo stake, but I've got the bigger, taller wood stake. So I'll show you kind of how to do that. These come long, so I figured I want it to be about the same height as those stakes. Be about 5 feet above ground, 2 feet below, more or less. So you can see, maybe it's somewhere between 6 and 7 feet. I cut it off. I'm going to get it pretty close to the root ball, and then I'm going to work on holding it really plumb, and then I'm just going to use a sledge and bang it down into the ground until it's about 2 feet down. So let me do that. Alright, so what you didn't see, I got it down, and then you can definitely tell where I haven't dug yet. So it gets to here, and it's solid. So that way it's going to be anchored well, and the wind won't just, you know, blow it over. So there you go. Next step, they have this landscaping tape or strap. I actually meant to buy that, and I forgot. So because I just planted these trees, and you know, these ones are kind of spindly, I don't want them to get blown over. In a pinch, I'm gonna use this 2-inch electrical tape. I'm not just gonna tape it, I'm gonna basically use the tape. I'm gonna pull it around and tie the tape, so it'll actually be reliable, but less than ideal. Alright, just tied off the last one, so I start at the bottom, get it pretty straight, middle, and top. Now you can see it looks a little bit more similar to these other ones. So this was actually really good because this is a $30 tree and that's a $70 tree, so you could definitely tell a difference. But I kind of cherry picked those. I got the nicest $30 ones too, so you can see like what the nursery did. Same down here, here. Pretty easy. So now what I'm gonna do, I'm debating. I had 5 of those 15-gallon or the 5-gallon $30 trees. I'm probably gonna stake all 5. So I got 4 more to go, and then if I get some time, I may start cutting the pots off this. I'd like to show you that, but I'll need a little help. So I'm gonna have a friend come over tomorrow or Saturday, and I'll have him videotape how I do it. I got it down to a science.